Dear students, welcome to another video tutorial on programming concept using C. And today's topic is identify comments and formats specified in C. Okay. So myself Niladri Shekhar Pal, I am working as an assistant professor at Computer Science and Engineering Department at Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management under JIS Group. The college is situated at Padi. So what are the identifiers in a C? Basically, in C or any other programming languages, an identifier is a name that is assigned by the user for a program element such as variable, type, template, class, function, or namespace. It is usually limited to letters, digits, and underscores. Certain words such as new, int, and break are reserved keywords and cannot be used as identifiers. Okay? And identifiers are used to identify a program element in the code. Okay? So C identifiers represents a name in the C program. For example, variables, functions, arrays, structures, unions, labels, etc. An identifier can be composed of letters such as uppercase, lowercase letters, underscores, digits. But the starting letter should be either alphabet or underscore. Okay, we cannot start an identifier with a digit. If the identifier is not used in the external linkage, then it is called an internal identifier. Okay? So if the identifier is not used in the external linkage, then it is called the internal identifier. And if the identifier is used in the external linkage, then it is called as external identifier. An identifier is also a collection of alphanumeric characters, that begins either with an alphabetical character or an underscore, which are used to represent various programming elements such as variables, functions, arrays, structures, unions, labels. There are 52 alphabet characters in uppercase and lowercase. In uppercase there are 26 and in lowercase there are 26. Underscore character and 10 numerical digits from 0 to 9, that represents the identifier. Okay, so this can be any combination of all these things. Okay. So there is a total of 63 alphanumeric characters, that represents the identifier. Okay, we will make any identifier using any combinations of these alphanumeric characters. Now, what are the rules for constructing a C identifier? Okay, there must be some specific rules, which can be followed, or which must be followed, to construct an identifier. Okay. So when naming an identifier, following this establishes the rules. The first character of an identifier should be either an alphabet or an underscore, and then it can be followed by any of the character, digit, or underscore. Okay. So the first character of an identifier must be an alphabet or underscore. Okay. And it is followed by any character, digits, or underscore. Okay. It should not begin with any numerical digit. Okay. So it cannot be start with any numerical digit. Okay. It must be starts with maybe underscore, maybe character. Okay. Character can be uppercase or lowercase. That does not matter. But it will not start with the numeric digit. In identifiers, both uppercase and lowercase letters are distinct. Therefore, we cannot say that identifiers are case sensitive. Okay. So A in small letter and A in caps totally different. If we declare we can declare two variable. One is a small a and another one is capital A. Okay, so both will be different. So we can say that the identifiers are case sensitive. Commas or blank spaces cannot be specified with an identifier. Okay, so we cannot use any commas or blank spaces in the identifier. Keywords cannot be represented as an identifier. As we know that the keywords are reserved word, in the C compiler, which can be used word whose using purpose is already defined, So we cannot use keywords as our identifier. The length of the identifier should not be more than 31 characters, So the length of the identifier must be within the 31 characters, So it cannot be exit with 31 characters. Identifier should be written in such a way that it is meaningful, short, and easy to read. Suppose we want to add two numbers, okay? So it is better to take we basically require three variables. Two for two variables, two numbers, and one for the result, okay? So it is better to take the variable name like as num1, number1, number2, or result or summation, okay? So it will, if I take A, comma B, comma C, it will not meaningful, okay? It is not, it will not give an error, but it is not a meaningful, okay? If after, so the length of the identifier should not be more than 31 characters, okay? Identifier should be written in such a way that it is meaningful, short, and easy to read, okay? So, what we can conclude, what are the rules for C construction C identifier? So an identifier cannot be a C keyword. Okay. So keywords have predefined special meanings to the compiler. It cannot have two consecutive underscores. Okay. The next one is it can be a combination of numbers, letters, connectors, and Unicode characters. It next one is it must start with a letter. Okay. Of the alphabet or an underscore, not a number. Number will not be allowed. It should not include white spaces, okay? So spacing is not allowed. It cannot have more than 511 characters, okay? It has to be declared before it is referred, okay? So before declaring, it must be referred. Two identifiers cannot have the same name, okay? So there is no duplicate name. Identifiers are case sensitive, okay? So for implementing of programming languages that are compiled, identifiers are often only compile time entities, okay? That is, at runtime, the compiled program contains references to memory, addresses, and offsets, rather than the textual identifier tokens. These memory addresses or offset having been assigned by the compiler to each identifier. So these are the examples of valid and invalid identifiers. So as you can see the total, sum, average, underscore im, underscore sum, underscore one, etc. These are the valid identifiers. So what are the rules was that it must be starts with the alphabet. It may be in caps or in the under small. Okay. So as you can see total, sum, average, sum, underscore one, all are started with the alphabets. We have also said that it can be start with underscore also. Okay. So start and underscore m underscore. This is also valid. Okay. So what are the invalid identifiers? That is first one is to sum. As we have know that it cannot be start identifiers cannot be start with a digit. Okay. But in this case it has been started with a digit. Next one is int. Int is a reserved keyword, okay, which is used, which is basically a data type, okay, so it is not be can be used, okay. Next one is char. Char is also a reserved keyword which is used as a data type or character variable, okay. And the next one is m plus n. As we know that only underscore is allowed, okay, any other operators are not allowed, okay. Yeah, so these are the invalid, okay. Basically, we have two types of identifier. One is internal identifier and another one is external identifier. Okay. So what is internal and external identifier? So there are two types of identifier, internal and external. Okay. If the identifier is not used in an external link process, then it is called an internal identifier. Okay. For example, local variables. Okay. If the identifier is used in an external link process, then it is called an external. Okay. Suppose these you can say that the global variables. Okay, these are the example of external identifier. Okay, so if the identifier not used in the external linkage, then it is known as an internal identifier. Okay, the internal identifiers can be a local variable. And what is external identifiers? If the identifiers is used in the external linkage, then it is known as an external identifier. Okay, the external identifiers can be function names, global variables, etc. Okay. So next come, what are the differences between keyword and identifiers? Okay. So keyword is a predefined word. Okay. So the meaning of the keyword is already defined in the C compiler, whereas identifier is a user defined word. Okay. So identifier is defined by the user itself. Okay. Keywords must be written in a lowercase letter. Okay. So keywords are written in lower. All the keywords that are 32 keywords, all are written in the lowercase. But in case of identifier, it can be both in lowercase and uppercase letters. Okay. There is no such rule or any other composition where it be in either lower or upper. Okay. It can be both. Its meaning is predefined in the C compiler. Okay, so the keyword's meaning is already predefined in the C compiler. Okay, but the meaning of identifier is not defined in the C compiler. Okay, we basically use them. Okay, or you can say that user is used them. Okay, suppose I am writing as int a. A is a variable name or a is an identifier. Okay, so when we write int a, okay, so a identifier will become a variable which can store a integer value. Okay. Next one is a keyword is a combination of alphabetical character. Okay, and in case of identifier, it is a combination of alphanumeric character. Okay. The next one is it does not contain the underscore character. Okay, so keyword does not contain any underscore character. But as we know that the identifier contains the underscore character. Okay. Okay. So next one come to the comments. Okay, as you can see that there are two types of comments. One is single line and another one is multi-line. Okay, comments in C language are basically used to provide information about lines of code. Okay, it is used. It is not necessary, but it is a good practice. Okay, it is widely used for documenting code. Okay. There are two types as you have seen that single line, another one is multi-line. Okay. Okay. So as you, this is an example of comments in C. This is basically a single line. Okay. As you can see that double backslash has been given. Okay. So here you can see that double backslash has been given. Okay. So this line will not be printed. Okay. This is for the information purposes. Okay. So comments are basically not necessary. Okay. It is a good practice to begin a program with a comment, indicating the purpose of the program, its author, and the date on which the program was written. Okay. Any number of comments can be written at any place in the program. Okay. Sometimes it is not so obvious as to what a particular statement in a program accomplishes. At such times, it is worthwhile mentioning the purpose of the statement. Okay, using a comment. Often programmers seems to ignore writing of comments. But when a team is building big software, well commented code is almost essential for other team members to understand it. Okay? Although a lot of comments are probably not necessary in this program, it is usually the case that the programmers tend to use too few comments rather than too many. An adequate number of comments can save hours of misery and suffering when you later try to figure out what the program does. Okay? So this is the multi-line comment. Okay? So it starts with backslash star and ends with also backslash star. Okay? let's do an example how to write comments in C. Okay. So this is the C compiler. This is the new okay source file. So first I will write the hash input stdio.h. Okay. Suppose the program starts from this hash input. Okay. So if I want to write the programmer name or whatever the it is program is okay, we can write it like this. C program to add two numbers. Okay. So this line will affect in our entire program, okay, as it has been assigned as an comment, okay. So this is a single line comment. Next one is hash include kanaya.h, okay. Next I am using another comment. This is starts of main function. Okay, if I write this, you can easily understand what I want to say, okay, without talking with me or discussing with me, okay. Now we'll take the variables, okay. Let's take a multi-line. Okay, so as you can see that it has been started with backslash star and also ends with star backslash. Okay, this is a multi-line. Okay, so let's take variables in num1, num2, and star. Okay, next we will take the input values, printf slash n, enter two numbers. This is comma ampersand a comma ampersand b. Okay, so sum is a plus b. Printf, the result is percentage d. So, okay, so I'm just now saving the program. This is the C file. This is the C source file. Now this is the sum.c. Okay, save. If we execute it, okay, so there is an error. So there is an error. Okay, let's take into what are the errors is. Okay, so I have did a mistake. I was taken it as A and B. Okay, but it was taken as num1 and num2. Okay, so let's save the program and execute it. It is executing enter two numbers, suppose 3 and 4. The result is 7. As you can see that there is no effect of this comments line, okay, in the program. Okay, so this is the uses of comments in C. This is the single line and this is the multi-line. Okay, this is very useful. Using it, you can be well defined with the program. Okay, Okay, so these are the comments. Next, what are the format specifier in C? Okay, so the format specifier is basically a string used in the formatted input and output functions. Okay, the format string determines the format of the input and output. The format string always starts with the percentage or modulo character. It can be defined as the operator which are used in association with printf function for printing the data that is referred by any object or any variable. When a value is stored in a particular variable, then we cannot print the value stored in the variable straightforwardly, okay, without using the format specifier. We can retrieve the data that are stored in the variables and can print them onto the console screen by implementing this format specifier in a printf function. Okay, so as you can see that the format specifier starts with a percentage operator and followed by a special character for identifying the type of data. Okay, so as you can see, these are the different format specifier. The first one is percentage %d or percentage %i. Okay, it is basically used to print the signed integer value. Okay, where signed integer means that the variable can be either positive or negative values. Okay, so it can be print 5, it can also be print -5. Next one is percentage %u. It is used to print the unsigned integer value, where the unsigned integer means that the variable call can hold only positive values. Okay, it is basically used in case of printing address of a variable. Okay, as address cannot be a negative value. Okay, so percentage %u is used to print the unsigned integer value, where the unsigned integer means that the variable can hold only positive values. Next one is percentage %o. It is used to print the octal unsigned integer, where the octal integer value always starts with a zero value. Okay. Next one is percentage %x. It is used to print the hexadecimal unsigned integer, where the hexadecimal integer value always starts with a 0x value. Okay. In this alphabetical characters are printed in small letters such as A, B, C, etc. Next one is percentage caps %x. It is used to print the hexadecimal unsigned integer, but percentage caps %s print the alphabetical characters in uppercases such as A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. Next one is percentage %f. It is used for printing the decimal floating point values. Okay, by default it prints 6 values after point. Okay. Next one is percentage %e small e or caps E. It is used for scientific notation. It is also known as mantissa or exponent. Okay. Next one is percentage %g. It is used to print the decimal floating point values, and it uses the fixed precision, that is the value after the decimal in input would be exactly the same as the value in the output. Next one is percentage %p. It is used to print the address in a hexadecimal form. Next one is percentage %c. It is used to print the unsigned character. Next one is percentage %s. It is used to print the strings. Next one is percentage %1g. It is used to print the long signed integer values. Okay. So these are the example of different format specifier in C. Now we will do a C program. Okay, which implements format specifier in C. So now we'll run a C program which will use the format defined format specifier. Okay. So file, source file, hash include stdio.h, hash include 1i.8. Okay, next is int main. Next, I'm taking a character is within the single quotation. Okay, so if we want to print it, what do we do? Printf, we will use percentage %c. Okay, this is because of this new line. This is percentage %c for to print character. Okay, so let's run it. First, I will save it. Save as this is the C source file. Okay, this is format. That's okay. So let's execute it. Compile and run. As you can see, B has been printed. Okay, so this is the format specifier for C. Next, take an integer int a equals to 10, b equals to 20. Suppose printf percentage d slash d. I'm taking the slash n because I'm printing lots of things so that it cannot be in the same line. There is nothing user with this format specifier, nothing relational. Okay, so I'm printing as a printf percentage I. Okay, so I can be used. So let's run it and check what it will print. So the value of A is 10, B is 20. Okay, so this has been printed. Okay, so the value of A and value of B has been printed. Okay, next print the float value. Float F equals to suppose 10.7. Okay, so print F percentage F for float comma F. Saving it, compile and run. Okay, so as you can see, it took 6 values after decimal. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, by default it will take 6 values after decimal. Okay, so this is the okay. So now print the octal value. Okay, suppose int a equals to 7. Okay, so printf percentage 4. Okay, for octal value. There is already a variable name a. Okay, I'm taking it as x. Okay, so let's what it will print. Okay, so 7 has been printed. Okay, so if I change it as 67, let's check what it will print. Okay, so this is the octal value of 67. Okay, so as you can see that modulo O will print the octal values. Okay, next do another, suppose a hexadecimal. Okay, so we will use hexadecimal for that. Okay, suppose int y equals to 12. Okay, if we print it, printf slash n percentage x, okay, comma y, saving it, now executing it. Okay, so see, as you can see that we have used small x in the format specifier. Okay, we have used small x in the format specifier. That is why it printed C in the small. Okay, let's give it as caps X and see what will happen. So as you can see, the caps C. Okay, C has been printed in capital letter. Okay, I am writing it as team. Okay, it will be easy to understand you. As C in both the cases will look like same to you. So this is the big caps X. This that is why caps A. Okay, if we use small x here. Okay, if we use small x here, it will print small a in hexadecimal. Okay, so these are the C programs on format specifier. Okay. So students, hope you have understood how to write format specifier in C. So this is all about the identifier format specifiers. Okay, in C programming languages. Hope you have understood it. If you have any doubt, any query, you can write on the comment section. Or if you have liked my video, you can subscribe my channel. Or you can visit www.facebook.com/digitalclassroom Nilad and like my page. Okay, to get all the details of my tutorial. So students, thank you for now. See you on the next tutorial.